Okay, so we're going to talk about front rows and back rows. So for your front row, we're going to start at right shoulder. Alright, so with your right shoulder, you're going to think about, it's very similar to how you initiate your front slam. So I'm thinking about pulling that left shoulder back. I want this, the top butt facing forward, like this. And then if you look here, you can see that this is above my shoulder here. So I'm not over the top of this, the pull is on top of my shoulder. So that's your first checkpoint. And then you're going to bring this forward. And I'm going to think about this being on the right side of my body now. So I'm really pulling this in, thinking about that toaster that I've talked about previously. Really wanting that nice and tight. And then that's your checkpoint 2. And then I'm really going to keep this tight into that hip. And I'm going to pull this right shoulder back and bring this flat above that right shoulder now. So this is what it looks like from the side. I'm not on top of it. I've got the pull above me. So that's checkpoint 3. And then from here, I'm just going to go into my right shoulder to finish out. That's count 4. So I'm going to show you this from the side as well, so you can get an idea of what that looks like. So I'm starting at my right shoulder, pulling that left shoulder back, and I'm keeping in my toaster as I bring this down. And I'm really against the right side of my body here. My left hand is really above my head to create space there, so I can be totally against my body here. And you'll see that my grip is super loose at the top there. You really need to loosen up your grip so you can do this well. And then from here, I'm going into my checkpoint 3, really pulling that right shoulder back so I can be above me here. And now I'm going into my right shoulder position to finish out. So you can do this in a nice fluid motion. And that's typically how you'll see this done. So I'm thinking count 1, 2, 3, squeeze 4. Or from the front, 1, 2, 3, squeeze 4. Now we're going to go into our back row. Very similar concept. We're basically just doing the front row. We're doing it backwards. So I'm starting at my right shoulder. I'm going to think about pulling my right shoulder back like I would initiate a back slam. And it's above my shoulder once again here, nice and flat. And then I'm bringing it through the right side of my body, so that nice straight up and down position where I have that loose grip. My hand is above me. And then I'm rowing this forward, letting it push. And then I am above my shoulder here with that pull, still in my toaster. And then I'm bringing it to that right shoulder position. And so from the side, I'm going flat, straight up and down, flat, straight up and down. I want to show you from this side as well. Flat, straight up and down, flat, straight up and down. We're going to do that over and over again. So our counts are 1, 2, 3, 4. Or from this way, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you can do also your front row and your back row back to back. So you can go 1, 2, 3, squeeze 4, 5, 6, 7, squeeze 8. And you really want to squeeze in between the front row and the back row so that you can really lock in that direction change that you're making and really make it nice and solid to initiate into that back row after doing that front row. So